we finally have an update on Artyom Duda.
Yeah.
Craig.
He's going to play at, nobody's heard of this.
I didn't know that Ryerson changed its name.
Toronto Metropolitan University.
I did not know that.
2022, I think. I don't like it. I don't like the new name. I liked Ryerson.
Ryerson is like iconic.
Yeah, it is iconic. But anyway, I know people have been wondering ever since the NCAA and its infinite wisdom denied his third and final appeal to play NCAA hockey. People have been wondering. I know a lot of people wondered, why didn't he go to the USHL? Well, there was concern from his camp that was going to be as difficult to manage, to navigate as NCAA hockey with the IAHF. So that's why they didn't go that route. He's not eligible to play in the CHL, so that wasn't a possibility. So if you want to keep him in North America, which his camp really wanted to keep him in North America and far away from Russia, and there's a hell of a lot more to this story that will come out at some point, hopefully from me, you're left with very few options. I guess he could have played I don't think he could have even played in the ECHL at this point because he's still under contract until 2024, the end of 2024. So you go the Canadian University route. The advantage with, I keep wanting to call it Ryerson,
just
TMU.
Call it Ryerson.
I'll just say TMU, okay? First of all, Coyotes development coach, Nathaniel Brooks, was the coach there for, I think, 7 years, assistant. So he knows the place really well, has relationships. He's also situated there. That's where Nathaniel Brooks is based. And Curtis Foster, their defensive development coach, is also there in Peterborough. So he's going to have a lot of eyes on him, a lot of resources available to him. So that's the good part of this. It's definitely a step down from NCAA hockey, but you know what? It's half a season. Let him play, and then hopefully you can sign him to an ELC after this. Maybe you get him to Tucson at that point. It's been a really, really tough road for this poor kid who was just trying to play NCAA hockey. I don't need to rehash all the hypocrisy of the NCAA not allowing him to play because he played 14 games in the K. But he's finally settled. He'll get to play. I think it's a dozen games that they have left in the regular season, and then the postseason comes along. Maybe he'll get 20 games in. So he'll get some time under him. If you remember, after the second appeal was denied, he could no longer practice with the University of Maine, which he had been doing up to that point. So the kid's been basically skating on his own for a while, and that's a rough thing, especially for someone who just came over for their first North American experience. So Artyom Duda finally settled. He'll get some games in.
Yeah, I'm concerned. First of all, I think TMU sounds like it should be in the SEC, not in Canadian University system. I mean, we agree. We agree on what the Canadian. It's good hockey. I'm not saying these are guys that can't play. It's an older league when you look at the NCAA. When you go to the Canadian universities, they have different rules, so guys can play after their junior career, after they're done playing. Even some pro hockey, she'll get an older sense of players in that league. I'm just not convinced that this is going to be it's the best option for his development right now. There is no other choice. This is it. This is where he has to play. And as Craig will get to more later, playing in Russia it's not a good option right now. So get him in North America as soon as you can. Let him acclimate to the language, the customs, all of those things are helpful. And Toronto's a great city. Like, it's going to be a great place to physically be. And I think he's got opportunities, like you said, to develop with some of the coaching staff there. And a game is a game. I don't care. He needs to play in a game. He hasn't played in a game now for the entire half a season. He needs to play.
I don't know, and maybe you guys know. I don't know the answer to this question. Like when you're in NCAA hockey, the rules about working with pro staff are.
I was just thinking
kind of weird.
That.
You do that more when you're in a Canadian
The rules
university.
are much looser.
Nathaniel Brooks lives in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
They're much looser.
So does, again, Curtis Foster, who works with the defensemen. So both of those guys are going to be able to.
Yeah, I think I would think at TMU that they're going to welcome that, and the better he is for them, the better it is for their program. So I would think that they want this kid to get as much ice time as he possibly can get. He's going to get every opportunity to improve in that area. I agree. I just hope that he doesn't set himself back from all the time he's already missed. Mm-hmm. And you can practice all you want to, but if you're not playing games
3 months
as a defenseman, that's hard.
3 months of games
so
missed,
it's not the end all be all of his career. I don't mean that at all. But he's going to have to put in a lot of time, not just in these 12 games, Craig, but over the summer to find out where he's going to fit next year.
You know, the good thing about college, because we talked about this before, there's a lot more development time, right? You can work on your body, but you can also work on specific skill sets. Like everything I've heard about Artyom Duda, and we got a chance to watch him briefly. Unbelievable skater, ridiculously fluid skater, not an issue. Can handle the puck, not an issue. Defensive side of the game, he's got a lot of work to do. From all accounts, he's got a lot of work to do. Maybe this will allow him to zero in on some of those things because he's going to have all that development time.
Yeah, I mean, try to take a positive out of it if you can. I think the bigger issue is going to be make sure he gets those games in, get him on the ice, get him acclimated to North America, and then find a better situation come next fall. And I don't know what that means. I don't know where that is. I don't know how it's going to look by the fall, and I know you'll be the first to know.
But can he play in Tucson next season?
I think so. There's the thing is with
why couldn't he just go there right now?
That's
not like those.
Well,
those
he's
are the
under
things.
contract still with the KHL, so he cannot play right now. But I think it expires in May.
Okay.
And then he becomes eligible to go to the AHL. But some of these rules with international federations, with the Russian Federation, like I know we're going to get to something, and that just shows you how uncertain things are with when you're dealing with other nations and their own rules, their own guidelines. You don't get to decide.
That sucks.